guys, Dave Darren here. A couple things. I just wanted to talk about a couple things tonight. I'm not going to go long into this, but I got the banner up here. Let's shift things around a bit. Let's talk about this one first. Let's talk about this one here. 5-year-old boy murdered while playing outside. Where's the media? Now, let me talk to you guys. This is a show about I told you so, all right? Now I'll put myself back up here. This is a I told you so show. Black Lives Matter. By the way, I got a beard growing on here. I just came out of the pool swimming with the dogs. I got my hair. I'm a mess tonight, but okay, I'll look better. I'll button up my shirt. How's that? And no rings tonight because I just got out of the pool. And I've been spending a lot of time with Willie in the pool, my wife in the pool. We've been having a blast. It's fun. It's fun not to be all over Facebook and worrying about what the fuck is going on, all right? Because there's a lot of shit going on, and thank God I've been detoxed from it for like a week. But let's talk about this one thing. You know, a lot of the media doesn't talk about, you know, Black Lives Matter. George Floyd started this whole thing off, right? A lot of people, because the media neglects it, they handpick what they want to say. A lot of the people that I've met didn't even know that George Floyd was in jail for 5 years. He actually held a pregnant woman at gunpoint while him and his friends robbed her. Now, 7 people drop off here because they're disinterested in what I say, which is okay, because I don't do a show anymore, right? But George Floyd, the whole Black Lives Matter thing, he was in jail for 5 years. And it's ironic, let me put up the poster again. It is ironic that we are talking about a 5-year-old boy murdered, playing outside, murdered by the terrorist group Black Lives Matter. And it all started off with George Floyd, who spent 5 years in jail. Isn't that kind of ironic? He spent 5 years in jail, and here we got a 5-year-old child murdered by I told you guys what Black Lives Matter when it first started. Black Lives Matter was an attempt, by the way, a very successful attempt to bring black people together who had any small inclination that they were being racially discriminated against, or there was some degree of inequality. It brought them all together. If there was ever a doubt in any people's minds, any black people's minds, that they were being mistreated or have inequality because of their race, there was an attempt by the Black Lives Matter terrorist group to bring out that hatred, and it's been very successful. It also gave the white population a great opportunity for those that felt guilty to then separate and just join the Black Lives Matter group of terrorists to just perpetuate that. It also gave the terrorists and the criminals to destroy property. It was very successful in that too, with the camouflage being that they were in support of Black Lives Matter, which gave them every right, every opportunity to steal, vandalize, terrorize, and hurt and kill people in the interim. That's what the whole Black Lives Matter is about. So we're hearing in the news now about a 5-year-old child being killed. Ironically, the whole thing started out by George Floyd, who spent 5 years in jail. I find that to be an amazing statistic of 5 years and 5 years. 5-year-old child killed by the terrorist group Black Lives Matter that was all started with George Floyd, who spent 5 years in jail. Like it or not, that's my feeling on that one. My second thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to be very quick tonight because no one's interested in what the fuck I say anyway, so it's okay. The mask thing. I still operate fully without a mask. Fully and completely. You go now into places of business, and there's now the guard in the front of the door. If you guys notice that, there's the guy in the front or the woman in the front who's there to question you for going in without a mask. And as soon as I walk in, for instance, I still go to the place I told you I've been going to, that Fashion Square Mall. I still go in there. As soon as I walk in, there's the guard there or the person there who's right next to the booth where you get your mask or you get your stuff to put on your hands so that you can purify your hands, although I like to take that bottle and use it to masturbate with. But you got that bottle there where you can clean your hands and all that shit. As soon as you walk in without a mask, she says, "Oh, would you like a mask?" I just say quickly, "No, thank you." And I just walk right by. Now, you notice some of them are now policemen. So they got to report you to the manager because you dared to walk past them without giving them an excuse of why you're walking past. It's not good enough for me to say, "No, thank you," and just walk past them like they're irrelevant. And in my opinion, they shouldn't even be there. Because now we've heard all the stuff with the mask, which is total bullshit. And so now I walk through there, And then periodically, I've noticed in a couple places, where was I? Target. I think someone targeted me for going in there without a mask and not giving them a satisfactory reason to walk past them and ignore them and completely neglect them. So then the manager is walking towards me. Well, what's going on? So I just say the same brief thing. I almost say, I extend it a little bit instead of saying no thank you and walking past. As soon as they confront me now, I say, I have a medical condition, and that's all I say. And they walk away. That's all I say. I just say that and then they walk away. And for all of you people to think that that is bullshit, I said this before to any new visitors who are checking this out, or any new visitors that might check it out because you stumbled upon it or someone dared share the show, all right? Let me say this. At the age of 61, which I am, you don't have to be 61. You could be 51. You could be 41. You see, I took an extra breath there because I talk quickly and I talk rapidly. I take an extra breath. When I was 14 years old or 13 years old, I could probably talk as quickly without having to take that extra breath. Why? My lungs are young. My body's young. I could have jogged from Philadelphia, where I was born. I could have jogged to California without a stop. That's how strong my body was. That's how strong my lungs were. So when you are questioned, when you're going in your place without a mask, and you are questioned and you say, I have a health condition, you do. It's not a lie. You do have a health condition. I'm not as healthy as I was when I was 14. My body is now 61, a lot more years older than 14. My body is now not as strong, not as vibrant. My immune system's not as strong. My lungs are not as strong. My lung capacity is not as strong. Therefore, when I wear the mask, I am taking my lungs and deteriorating the amount of oxygen I get because of that stupid barrier. Therefore, it is a health condition. I'm not lying to them. It's true. My health condition is I got older. My body is not as healthy as it was. Therefore, I am not lying. I'm being honest with them. Yes, I do have a health condition. That's the way you get around it, guys. That's the way you get around it. I don't know in every state if it'll work, but it sure works in Arizona, and I use it every single day. The mask thing is ridiculous. The other thing I got to say, if you're in Arizona, and I don't know how many of you guys are, very few of you, because very few people in Arizona listen to me, because most people in Arizona hate me because I happen to be the only guy that walks around without a mask. I happen to be one of the few people in radio that did a music show to help out the Arizona music scene. And when the Arizona music scene and the bands did not share in the unity of making themselves grow based upon my attempts to help them to grow, and I shout them out. I shouted them out. I said, you guys in this band, ABC band, you're not supporting each other. You're not supporting me. Therefore, fuck you guys. I am hated in Arizona. That's why so few people in Arizona watch me no matter what show I do, if you guys were ever curious about that. That's why, because I shout out lame people. I shout out lame people that wear a mask. Now, I don't go around and telling people, why are you wearing a mask? I don't do that. But here's a couple things in Arizona. Arizona usually has about, I think they said 26 days of 110 degree temperatures or hotter throughout an entire summer. This year, I think they said the entire planet is a little bit warmer. And I don't believe in that global warming bullshit. I think this is an anomaly, and it's a horrible scenario of now being so hot in Arizona and a lot of other places. My wife even says Japan is hot. My parents say, my God, it's 92 degrees with 80% humidity. It's hot. No matter where you are now, it's hot. What's a feeling hot, hot, hot? Remember that song? Feeling hot, hot, hot. It's hot. Arizona now, this year, I think we're supposed to get another 7 days in a row of 115 degrees and almost 115 degrees. Today was 116 degrees. Today's the record for today was 117 degrees. We have been over 110 degrees. I believe now we are up to like 38 or 39 days, with next week being 115 degrees for the entire week. We are on a trajectory to hit 50 or more days of 110 degrees and hotter. Why do I bring that up? I am walking, for today I took Willie, I was at a Dunkin' Donut, all right? I'm sitting outside the Dunkin' Donut without a mask. I go into the Dunkin' Donut to buy coffee without a mask. I wasn't even questioned there, by the way. No one even questioned me. I just walked in. Everyone that walked in after me or before me all had a mask on. I walked in without a mask, all right? Come out. And what do I see? I see people parking in the parking lot. And from the parking lot to the walk up to go into Dunkin' Donut, they had a mask on. I didn't see if they put the mask on as soon as they opened the car door to see if then they stuck the mask on. But they're walking, and granted, it's only, what, 10, 15 seconds. But why would you put a mask on for that 15 seconds? If you're going to wear a mask, then as soon as you go to open up the door, you slip the mask on. Why walk into the parking lot for 20 seconds at 110 degrees? It's actually literally 105 degrees at like 9 o'clock in the morning. You're walking for that 20 seconds with a mask on your face at 105 degrees to walk into the Dunkin' Donut, walking on the hot asphalt. If you touch that, you can't walk your dog on the asphalt unless you want to have cruelty to your animal. You can't let your dog walk on that hot asphalt because that boils up. It almost looks like it's boiling. You could almost see steam. I'm sure if you poured water on the asphalt, you would see it steam up instantly. I'm sure you would see that. But it seems ridiculous. And then it seems ridiculous. I see at the drive-up windows, people rolling down the windows of their cars with masks on. Now, they don't seem like they're far enough away from the person at the window where they're getting their coffee. And I guess they're not 6 feet away because unless you have a 6-foot arm, then you're going to have a hard time reaching for your coffee. Although if they stick their arm out and you stick your arm out, it is 6 foot or more. But you see people with masks on when they're rolling down their window to get coffee or whatever they're getting at the drive-up window. It's pretty pathetic. And if you think of it also, I see people when I go to walk Willie in the morning, our dog in the morning, I see people walking with masks on. Now, if you see two people walking, then maybe they don't know where that other person, their best friend, is. They don't know where that person was. So the people side by side with them as they're walking, they're both wearing a mask because they don't know where that woman was or where that guy was. They don't know who he was with. They don't know what degree of safety. So, you see, but I see individual single people. There's this one woman that walks around the park where I walk Willie, where I'm throwing the ball in the morning, and she's walking. She's not jogging. She's walking around the course with a mask on, and there's nobody around her. And in the morning, it's 105 degrees. Maybe at best is 95 degrees with a mask on. And you're walking. She's not jogging. She's walking at a decent pace with the mask on. I don't understand it. I don't understand this mask bullshit. What were we told initially? 6 foot distance is adequate. As long as I can be 6 foot away from people, isn't that good enough? Now you see people here all directing hate to people like me. Like, I've got a child, and my God, I've got this child, and I see Dave Darren there without a mask on, and my little child is 5 years old. If you're so scared about your little child, you know what? Stick a mask on your little child, all right? If you're so paranoid about that, I have seen, I was at this mall, the same mall I told you guys about. I was there and I saw this guy walk up, bigger, more muscular guy than me. I mean, he had, if you look at my muscle, that guy had another half inch beyond me. The guy he could have been Mr. Universe for all I know, and maybe he was. I see him, I'm talking to him, he's got no mask on. I'm talking to him, I'm sitting there reading my book with no mask on. He's walking by me, I talked to him, good guy, fun guy. A woman walked past us. A woman, she had to be about 55 years old. She walked past us, she confronted us. Why aren't you guys wearing masks? And I don't even remember what I said to her because this was last week. I haven't been off for a week. I told her I don't wear a mask. And the guy went more ballistic on her than I did. Maybe because he was standing, had adrenaline pumping. He wanted to have a confrontation with her. And she walked into this place called Crate and Barrel, I think it's called. She walked in the store. And the guy walked in the store after her. Now, I think she sort of saw that he was going to approach her. And today, you don't know what level of frustration people have. So she kind of walked to the back of the store. He was in the front of the store, and he confronted the manager. Now, I don't know what good that would do because, I mean, unless the woman worked there, then what's the point? I mean, she's a customer. She walked into the store. She's in the back of the store. The guy and I were both confronted with the woman, and I kind of ignored her, said, "Oh, wear a mask." And she didn't continue the confrontation. She just kept walking into the store. The guy followed her into the store, and he had a confrontation with the manager of the store. I don't know why he did that. He's not going to get that woman fired. because she doesn't get work there. He's not going to get her kicked out for what she said. So it's kind of, I didn't go beyond that and go in there side by side to him and both yelling at the manager, because it wasn't the manager's fault. So but people are getting hostile. Now, I told you guys before, this is something where, I'll tell you, if people in the United States stop eating the junk food, stop eating the fast food, and started maintaining their bodies and their level of fitness, maybe they would be less prone to diseases and viruses like Corona is and like the flu is. How about making sure that you take care of yourself a little friggin' better than you do? And if you don't, then don't come and ask everyone around you to wear a mask to protect you when you've never protected yourself over the decades of abuse that you've given your body based upon nutrition and fitness and exercise, all the stuff you haven't done. Then you expect everyone around you, because you haven't taken care of yourself, expect everyone around you to then protect you from yourself when you did nothing to protect yourself. That's what I got to say about that. Let's see, I got another thing that I'll tell you guys what I've been doing over the past week. I've been trying to take up different projects. It's too hot, 115 degrees, to do anything outside. I want to do some stuff with our pool. I want to do some stuff with landscaping. I'm not going to do it at 115 degrees because someone will walk over and they'll say in the front of my house, they'll say, Dave, 115 degrees out. Where's your mask, though? But here's what I've been doing. I'll show you guys this. Let me drag it bigger. There's something now called a word clock. Have you guys seen this? It's pretty cool. Let me see if I can drag this up. There it is. It's a word clock. So instead of seeing the numbers of a regular clock, the big number 1, and then the colon or semicolon. I get colon and semicolon confused all the time. And then the minute and all that stuff. You may see some clocks with seconds and all that. Here's something that's kind of cool. It's called the world clock. Now, if you see the price of these things, they vary a lot. I'm sure I'm going to see the more plastic one when I'm trying to buy these other products too, by the way. But let me go here to this company called Curio. Now, check this out for some of the prices. By the way, they come in multiple languages. And here you can see one in another language. And they even sell wristwatches. Here it just clicked over to the wristwatches. And these things are kind of cool because they are made. Whoops, what did I do here? Look at that. Okay. I wonder if I can can I stop this from scrolling? All right, you see here, it says it is 7:30. That's kind of cool, isn't it? And here it is in, I guess this is copper, and it's in a different language. Son las siete, and here's another one. This is more of a, I was going to say blackface. Can we say blackface now, or am I going to get censored for saying blackface? Isn't that ironic? I'm looking at the clock here with a black face, and can I say blackface? I don't think I can anymore, right? I get censored, and I'll get shut off of the web and all that stuff because I dared say a clock which has a black face. I'm calling it a blackface clock. Oh my God, look at that. But it's kind of cool, right? What happens is, as each minute moves along in this clock, you will see little lights down here clicking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it'll say it is, since it's 7:30, it'll say it is 7:35, I guess it'll say. So, and it'll spell 30 and the word 5 out. You can see, if you can see this, you can see other letters back here which light up. It's kind of and I thought about this and I thought, you know what? And if you see the prices of these things, $2,900, $2,200. Now, I forget the size of these. These are wall mount clocks. $3,000 depending on the material that's being used. But the actual technology within the product is a piece of software. And it's actually LED lights behind the material that lights up the appropriate letters to spell out the words. So I've looked into writing software behind a piece of, behind the technology and the board that lights up the LEDs and knows what LEDs it's lighting up. So I've actually been looking into this, and I can pull off making one of these. Now, as far as making the material and cutting letters into copper or bronze or silver. I've been looking at this Silhouette Curio, and these actually, you can buy these metal materials now called and they're made out of, what are they made out of? Clay and metal. They're actually silver clay, and there's a bronze clay. And if you create a thin layer of bronze silver made out of clay, you can actually use this Curio to cut the letters out of the silver clay, and then I can beef up that thin layer of clay mixed with silver, and I can put behind it a layer of glass so that the letters can still be, the LED can still shine through the letters. So I'm going to pull off these clocks, and I'm going to see if I can do it. And that's my project that's going to keep me busy and keep me off the web from doing shows like this. Because I haven't done a show like this for a week, and to be honest with you, I've laid off the internet for like a week. I haven't been on Facebook to look at all the horror stories, but no one can miss this horror story with this 5-year-old boy murdered, playing outside, based upon the Black Lives Matter terrorist group that's out there creating terror in everyone's life. I talked about the mask, and that's all I'm going to talk about. Anyone have anything to say? What's the humidity like when it's 115 degrees? Ron asked that question. You know, Ron, I will tell you, when I first came to Arizona, I was shocked to see a humidity at as low as 2%. I'll put myself back up here. I didn't think it was possible. Whoops. I didn't think it was possible to have a humidity as low as a single digit. Can you believe that? A humidity of 2%? I've seen it that low. Now, humidity, for instance, in Arizona today is probably about 25%. I'm not sure. Let me pull it up. I'm curious as to what the humidity is. But of course, if you live in Philadelphia, which is where I grew up and was born, you get 90, they call it hazy, hot, and humid. And it's hazy, hot, and humid means 90 degrees with 80% humidity, hazy, hot, and humid. So let's see what I'm going to put Phoenixville, PA, which is actually close to where my parents live. How about that, Phoenixville, PA? I guess I have to, Phoenix, Arizona, here we go. Mesa, Arizona is 103 right now. Privacy, bullshit privacy thing. You know, we get these privacy things now, don't you? Let's see, here's the temperature right now in Mesa, Arizona. I don't live in Mesa, but it's close enough. Can we get the humidity? 16%. So that, can you see it on the screen here, Ron? Currently, it is 16% humidity with 103 degrees. And we get a fairly attractive girl here. How can I connect with her? And she's, it's funny. You see a girl there, cute chick, and you also see Cox, C-O-X. All right, so there's a little bit of craziness I always spot. But here we go. Like I said, today 103 degrees right now at 9:24. It is 103 degrees in Arizona, and the humidity is 16%. And what's the next 48 hours? You can see I'm not lying to you guys about the temperatures. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is, oh, okay. So this is the, so tomorrow is supposed to be, I thought it was supposed to be 115. Tomorrow's going to be cool, 110 only. Chilly, I got to get my coat out. Let me put myself up here. Does anyone have anything else they're saying? I punched the wrong button here, didn't I? Okay, what's anyone else saying here? Let's see. Damn. Mary Adams is saying defund the Democrats and stay locked and loaded. Exactly right. I agree with that, and I do that, and I am locked and loaded, and so is my wife, by the way. I finally got her into taking some firearms courses and being locked and loaded right beside me. So that's what we got going on here. Black Lives Matter, racist bastards. Let's use the word bastards. That's true. Racist pricks. I'll use that word. They are toilet scum, never been about anything except destroying America. Fuck them all. Oh, so there we go. I agree with everything that's said there by Mary. She's factual, she's accurate, she shares my sentiments exactly. And that's all I got for tonight, since I don't really entertain that many people any longer. How come my head's so big? I don't know. Did I hit the wrong button on this here? Usually it's smaller. Usually I've got a smaller head. There we go. That is all I got. Let me make sure I center this so the next show that I do, which will be probably, who knows, in 2 weeks, I'm sure. By the way, tomorrow I'm unblocked by Facebook. I think I get unblocked by Facebook. But to be honest with you, I'm not going to do anything more with Facebook. I don't even look at it anymore. It's a waste of time. I hope they go down. I hope they get destroyed and taken off and everyone leaves them. Who knows? It happened to MySpace, so it could happen, Facebook. People could abandon you and you become irrelevant. Don't forget, it happened to MySpace. Let's see. Ron says one time in Illinois, it's 101, but humidity was about 20%. How about that? I wasn't even sweating. It was hot, but not uncomfortable. You know, I'm not uncomfortable until it gets to 110 degrees. By the way, I agree with you. 101 with 20% humidity is fairly comfortable. In fact, it is very comfortable. I could live like that. Once you get above 110 degrees with 20% humidity, it's toasty. Especially if you have a black car, which I do with a black interior. It's toasty. It's not comfortable at all, Ron. All right, so that's all I got, Ron. Thanks for joining the show. Mary, thanks for joining the show. And I am out of here. Tonight's show is a finished finale. Cheers, guys.
Gee, it's great to be here at the disco. Let me tell you what happened to me the other day. At the Piggly, standing in line, feeling nervous, waiting my time. Then a large can fell from my coat, so I shouted before they took note. Who threw that ham at me? Who threw that ham at me? Hey, please, did anyone see? Who threw that ham at me?
I want to go home now, you idiot.
Okay, disco garbage can.